What is up, YouTube? I'm here at Indian Motorcycle of North County, also known as North County Indian Motorcycle in San Diego, and I'm finally getting my hands on the Sport Chief. I'm up next on that beautiful thing over there. I've missed my opportunity about 3 times, so I'll finally get to ride it. What I'm going to do probably is compare it to the Scout Bobber. I know a lot of people will be upgrading from the Scout Bobber to the Sport Chief. Say hi to YouTube, Pat.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for coming out here and test riding our Indian Motorcycles Day here in San Marcos. Ricky, it's always good to see you. Let's get you on the Sport Chief.
All right. That was good.
This menu button, if you will, brings up this screen here.
Okay.
This allows you to change a different ride mode. Right now it's in standard. Close the throttle, hit the menu button, and tap sport.
Thanks, Pat. First thing I'm noticing right away, the kickstand is way far out. Pretty much have to extend my leg out, but I'm 5'8". May not be a problem for you, depending on how tall you are. Gauges, I like that one. So here we have cruise control, power. There's a toggle back here. What does that do? That goes through the menu. You can do GPS if you want to. I do like that one. I do like it has a fuel gauge. It has a gear indicator, signals, horn, GPS, 4-inch screen. You can hook it up to the like Apple CarPlay and stuff like that. You can hook up your music through the Bluetooth and all that good stuff as well. This right here, not a lot of people know, but this is actually what goes up to the satellites for your GPS. I'm sure there's a name for it. I don't know what it's called. That's power, and then this is ignition. This one looks like maybe the 6-inch risers, perhaps? Yeah, I think so, according to my calculations. Oh yeah, baby. I know a lot of people are probably going to be switching from the Scout Bobber to this. This does have the Fox shocks, which has a 4 inches of travel, and the inverted forks. This does have dual disc brakes. It does have 4 pistons. There's 2 pistons on each side, and a single disc brake in the back with 2 pistons on that as well. Those are Brembo Brakes, and those are the KYB inverted forks, if I'm remembering correctly. It does have a key fob, keyless ignition. It does have ABS. It does have cruise control. It does have traction control, and all of that is included stock for around the same price as you can get a Lowrider S. However, the Lowrider S, you do have to pay for the ABS. You do have to pay for the traction control. So they do charge you for all that extra stuff with the Lowrider S, which is probably the Sport Chief's biggest competition. They pretty much didn't hide the fact that they're going after the Dyna Bros and the Lowrider S. Really nicely machined parts on here. This is really great. I do feel a little more forward than I thought I would be, but these are the 6-inch risers. Probably, if I myself would get this bike, I'd probably go with the 10. It is air cooled, not liquid cooled. It is a 1/16 Thunderstroke, 116 cubic inches, which is actually more than the Lowrider S. This is going to be really short, so I got to do all I can and say all I can in this short amount of time. Ground clearance, not too bad. Like I said, I'm 5'8". I can touch the ground with this. However, I do feel like my knees are up pretty high. I think some forward controls on this would be nice. They are mid, so it is a little different for me. I am used to the slightly forward controls on the Scout Bobber. Oh, this thing is torquey. I'm barely twisting the throttle. I'm getting some power on there. In fact, I'm just in standard. I think I might go ahead and just jump it up to sport mode, because every time I do one of these test rides, I always forget to go to sport mode. And that is done like this. Sport mode activated. Oh. Oh yeah. Whoa. I do feel a little bit of heat on the right side though, just sitting there. Oh, fuck. I think I might have actually touched my leg on the pipe. Pay attention to my wrist right here. Look at this. Look at that. Yowzers. Holy smokes, this thing has torque. I'm smiling ear to ear right now, pretty much. Yowzers. That's the second time I've said yowzers. When do I ever say yowzers? That's so weird. I'm here to do an honest review. This feels a bit shaky. I don't think the brakes are as sensitive as everyone says. I mean, I haven't had to stop abruptly or anything like that. The brakes, in my opinion, actually kind of feel the same as the Scout. The reach on the throttle is about the same as the Scout Bobber. I think this would be a very easy transition. Oh, hello. Yeah. No problem catching speed, passing that car. Does have a pretty chunky shifter. Let me see how easy it is to find neutral. Got it in the first try, not too bad. So it's about 665 pounds wet with all the fluids in it. But it doesn't really feel like that. It does feel more top heavy than the Scout Bobber, that's for sure. The Scout Bobber does have pretty low ground clearance, and a lot of the weight feels down low. This does feel like the weight is somewhere in the middle, which makes sense. So this does have that typical feeling with the throttle by wire on the Indian motorcycles, where it does have a little bit of a delay. It's a pretty well-known characteristic of the Indian motorcycles. I heard you can do modifications to change that. There is also a modification that I heard you could do on the Scout Bobber to change that, but it's all I've ever known, really, so I'm used to it. Quality wise, if we're judging out of 10, I think the Scout Bobber feels really, really solid. Like, you don't feel any kind of vibration or shakiness or any kind of hollowness. You know how some motorcycles have a hollowness? I will even say that the Challenger has a little bit of a hollow feel to it. The Sportster S has a really big hollow feel to it. If I say the Scout Bobber is like a 9.5 for that feel, I would say the Sport Chief is probably about an 8. Hope that's making sense. I haven't ridden an Indian motorcycle that doesn't love to be in fourth. The seat doesn't seem too bad. It doesn't feel extra comfortable, but it's not horrible. In fact, I hadn't even thought about the seat right now. I'm only thinking about it because I'm trying to go through different things in my head, but the seat is probably really doable. I mean, I obviously haven't ridden it for a long period of time, so I don't know for sure, but just kind of gauging it as it is now, it seems pretty fine. Yeah, I always think if I haven't thought of the suspension, that means the suspension is good. I haven't been bounced around or felt any huge bumps or anything like that. So that's my sign of a good suspension. Now the Scout, on the other hand, that thing is you bottom out easily on that with the stock suspension. Oop. We do have a lot of Harley guys here today because they had this big the Harley Davidson is right next door to the Indian motorcycle dealership here in North County, so there was a big ride today at Biggs Harley Davidson. There's a lot of Harley guys riding Indian motorcycles today. I wonder if any of them were riding home with one. That's pretty smart of them, though, to book the demo ride the same day as the big Harley Davidson ride. They do it once a year. I forget what it's called, but it's a big ride every May. Do I like this? Yes, I do. Does it make me want it? I don't know, actually. I don't think it's enough to make me switch now. It's not saying I hate it or anything. It's just I don't think it's blowing my mind. I do like the look of it. The look of it is amazing. Is it a big enough difference in feel and everything? I don't know if it's worth it. I honestly. I liked it. Yeah, it's got, man, this is a torque beast.
You have it in sport, just stand.
Yeah, no, I had it in sport.
Yeah, sport's very.
Yeah. I always, because I put it on right away, because every time I demo one that has the modes, I always forget to do sport mode, so I'm going to do it right away. What do you normally ride? Nothing?
I like this one's really nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, check it out, man. I have a few of these. Let's see. If you're considering it, they gave me a handful of these to give out. It's $500 off a new bike.
Oh, right.
But it's good till the end of the year if you're considering an Indian motorcycle.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Where do you post your videos on?
Huh? Oh, YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's Ricky Bobber Moto.
Do you have a TikTok?
I do, but I hardly use it.
There's a dude that comes and does that kind of something. So he test rides a lot of the lowriders and baggers at Harley. I see.
Oh yeah, is it I think it's All Look Angel. He has like a He goes and buys chips and stuff all the time, tries different food and all that. Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, that guy's huge on TikTok. But you read his comments because he talks kind of weird, you know. He's like, "Oh, this bike is super fast." Like, yeah, he's cool though. I talked to him a couple times.
Hey guys.
Oh!
What was it?
Good.
Way in the back, Garrett. It's in.
That was close.
Somebody left it in gear.
I did. That way it doesn't roll away. I don't know, maybe you guys can answer this question. Do you guys park your bike in gear? I do. Get in the habit of not putting it in gear and you're parked on the hill, it's gone. Ooh. That dual exhaust, man. Do that again. Do that again. Hell yeah. That's stock too. That's crazy.
I want to see what it sounds like on your boat. Oh, probably just be deep and just throaty. Okay.
Talk to me when you come back. Well, that's it. This concludes my demo ride of the Sport Chief. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.